everybody. Welcome to Perithrive TV. We are here again with another episode of Perithrive TV, where we interview women who are going through perimenopause. We are here to hear their stories and be encouraged and be informed and be able to identify and to be able to say, wow, okay, so I can do this because she's doing this or she has done this. The past two women we interviewed were women who had already passed that perimenopause stage and they were in menopause. Today we have someone who's like me. She's in perimenopause and her name is Indira Wilson and we're here to listen to her story. Hi, Indira.
Hi, Jennifer.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
Nice.
So tell us a little about yourself, where you're from, where you live, if you're married, if you have children, your age, if you choose. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a Dominican girl, as you are, but live in Sweden. My husband is from Sweden. We have two boys, 21 and 15 years old. I work with teenagers and I also work at church.
Okay, all right.
I'm 44.
And you're 44.
I'm
all right.
44.
How did you find out about perimenopause? Did you know about it when you started?
No, I didn't know about it. I knew about menopause, but not perimenopause. So I actually found out about it by talking to you and listening to other women. That's when I found out that I'm going through this thing called perimenopause. But before that, I didn't know about it.
Okay. What was the first thing you did when you found out that you were actually in perimenopause?
Started to talk about it and paying attention to my body. These were the first stuff I started to do, talking a lot about it and finding out what is really going on and taking from what I learned or what I found out, checking my body to see if this is what is really going on. So these are the first stuff.
All right. Now, what age were you? You might have had to track back a little bit because you're realizing you're in it. So that means you might have been in it for a little while. Tracking back, about what age do you think you started that journey?
About 39, 40, around there.
Okay.
And I think tracking back was necessary to really find out, what was really going on. So about that age.
All right. What symptoms have you experienced so far?
Hot flashes. That's one of the biggest ones, I think. Hot flashes. Menstruation being late, where I thought before that, oh, maybe I'm pregnant. And it wasn't that. A few disappointments because you're thinking that you're pregnant. And not knowing when your menstruation would come. From me setting my clock, knowing that this is the day that I'm supposed to have my menstruation, to know it's not there. All of a sudden, it comes 10 days, 2 weeks late. And before that, having the discomfort all the time until it comes. My menstruational cramps are worse than before. My breast constantly tender. It's just one thing after another all the time.
All right. What about your sex drive? Did you find that it was higher or lower during that time? Because some women experience a loss of libido. Some women experience a huge boost in their libido. What was it like for you?
I think it was more than before. I mean, I didn't have a problem before, but now it feels like, if my husband would say, I want you 24/7, I would not have a problem saying, okay, I'll just say, just go ahead, baby. That's how much it's intensified. So yeah, it's bigger than before.
Okay. Did you have mood swings?
Did I do. I still do. I think the mood swings have intensified. I've always been a little bit moody of myself when I'm having my menstruation, but it's always 2 weeks before. But now it's before, under, and after, I'm still having mood swings. And I'm not always pleasant when I'm having the mood swings anymore. Um, Before, my boys would say, "Oh, finally, Mom, I've gotten her menstruation," because then they know that the mood swings are over.
Uh-huh.
But now they will be asking, "Wait, you still have your menstruation?" No, my menstruation have already gone, or sometime I'm still having menstruation and I'm still moody.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, my husband and my boys, they will let me know that my moodiness is greater than usual.
Okay. Now, I noticed when you answered the preliminary questions about your symptoms, you said you had trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
What was that like? Um, would you get up, or would it be that you just couldn't fall asleep? What was it like?
Having difficulty falling asleep, so I would turn and twist and turn and twist, not finding myself tired or sleepy. I'm tired, but I'm not really sleepy. Or I may find myself, oh, now I'm sleepy and I'll go to bed, but then no sleep is coming, and feeling hot all the time. So it'll go hours and I'm just lying there. So at certain time I will just get up from the bed and go and clean something or do something just to find myself falling asleep. So the sleep, I don't know what it's about, but it's just that I just find myself losing less sleep, or
Okay.
losing more sleep, so to say.
Okay. Now, how comfortable was the frequent urination? I know that's one of the things that you experienced. Like, how often would you have to go to the bathroom, and how did you feel about that?
I feel like I'm pregnant because
Ah,
that's how this premenopause, when I pay attention to it, that's how it feels like
okay.
I'm pregnant. Because for me, I could go, if I leave my home and go to work, I didn't need to go and pee all the time. But I'm finding I will leave home, being and pee, go to work. When I come to work, I want to pee. And it's like, this is strange. um and it doesn't matter if I'm drinking more water or less water, I'm
Okay.
just going to pee. And at times I'd get up in the night to go and pee. Getting up in the night to go and pee, that's something that only happened when I'm pregnant. And these are the things that I think from before I thought, well, I must be pregnant because I'm getting up and pee.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm realizing, no, it's the same thing and I'm not pregnant. So that, I don't know, that part of getting up and pee all the time, I think all the symptoms is, it's like being pregnant, but it's more intense than when you're pregnant.
Okay. Tell me, you had food craving?
Oh yes. There is something that we had when I was growing up in Dominica that called coconut turnovers. And I haven't had that for years, but I find myself craving coconut turnovers. I have no idea where that comes from. And then coconut cheesecake. I think I'm craving a lot of coconut right now, so that my body cream itself is coconut, which is something I didn't usually use. But all of a sudden, I find like it's as if I'm sniffing it all the time. I like the scent of it, I like the feel of it. So there is something about coconut. And one more thing, jelly water.
Ah, okay.
It's like, this is what I want, and they have it here, but it's in a bottle. I'm like, that's not jelly water for me. So I'm not really getting my satisfaction of the cravings that I have, and it
Oh,
gets more and more. So these are the cravings.
okay. So did you find that you experienced the same symptoms as you tracked back, same symptoms at the beginning, like 39, 40, 41 to now you're 44? Did you find you had the same symptoms, or different symptoms, or the symptoms intensified or lessened? What did you find?
I think when I track back, it's actually the same symptoms. It's just that it's more intense. And I don't know if it's because I'm paying attention now, but it's actually the same, just that it becomes more and more intense. So I cannot ignore it thinking, oh, it's just my menstruation, because the way it behaves itself. I think one thing that have it's like my sex lust would have been really intense, weeks before my menstruation. But I realize it's intense even when I'm having my menstruation. So these are the things I realize they are the same. It's just built up a little bit more.
Intensified. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now, in the climate where you live, like in Dominica, we basically have warm weather year round, except maybe around like December, January, February, where in the evenings it's kind of cooler. So I call it
Yeah.
our winter. But then you're in a
Yeah.
country, Sweden, where they actually have full-fledged winter with snow and
Yeah.
everything. You have autumn, you have summer, and you have spring. Did you find
Yeah.
that in any of the seasons, any of the symptoms were lessened or made you feel better, or worse in any of the seasons with
Yeah.
your symptoms?
I think the worst season was summer, because I mean, when Sweden is not really hot in the summertime, but when it really gets hot, it gets really hot, and somehow I'll find myself fanning like crazy when other people think, it's cold. I'm like, this is not cold, it's hot. But then autumn comes, and I love autumn because it's rainy, it's windy, and oh, the wind itself is just like, I don't need to be fanning myself because it's already blowing on me. So I find myself finding that autumn is the best one because it fits my mood, it fits my body temperature. So autumn is the best one right now.
Like the constant wind would help you to cool down when you're feeling hot
Yes.
versus just fanning. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So far, what has been the most difficult part of perimenopause for you?
Ah, getting to know my body,
Mm.
paying attention, because I think growing up, I learned to pay attention to my body. So I knew how my body would react to certain things. And then I didn't need the other times I pay attention is when I was pregnant. And then I didn't need to pay attention after that. But now I find myself things happening to my body that I do not recognize, and I can get irritated and annoyed because this is not my body. It's not listening to me. And so I find myself where I'm saying, okay, it's not that my body has to listen to me. I have to listen to what my body is telling me now and paying attention to it. So that's one of the difficult stuff, getting to know my body all over again. And with that, I find that my mind is being a little poked by my body also, that my body is changing, but my head is not the same, it's also changing. And so that's one part of it. The other part is a bittersweet part of getting to the point where I know that in a few years or months or weeks, however time it'll take, that I won't be able to have more kids.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not the part that whether I want to or don't want to, is the part that when I reach there, I cannot choose anymore. There is no choice. It's just there. And I think it's a bittersweet feeling that I cannot have that part of I can choose to have a child or not. So these are the two difficult parts.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about family now. Your husband and your children. Do they know that you're going through perimenopause? Did you discuss it? Did you tell them? What has been their reaction thus far?
I told them a few weeks ago when I realized that I'm really going through this and what it is. And my first son said, well, oh, my second son said, what's the difference? You have your mood swings anyway, mom. My first son just laughed about that. Okay, dad, this is yours. Good luck, dad. Um, and my husband said, well, okay, well, tell me what you need. And for me, it was just telling him, you just need to have a little bit more patience with me. So I spoke to them about it. But the thing is that since I just realized that what is really going on with me and everything is so intense right now, and they just got to know it, they're on the journey together with me the same time. So it's not as if that I had time to think about it, realize it, and talk to them about it and say this is what will happen. It just came, and I'm not always kind right now, and I'm snapping at my husband more than usual, and I'm amazed that he has patience with me. But he will say, like, you need to go and pray or something, because this is not okay. So I think that it came up upon them the same time it came upon me. So the four of us have not really gotten a time to adjust that this is what is going on. So I think an adjustment need to take place, and I need to sit down with them and discuss. This is what you may realize with me. Your mother is not growing horns. Your wife is not leaving you. It's just that this is what is going on with me right now. So I think we need to have a family discussion about it so they really know what is going on. And I think it's important for them that they know what's going on, especially with my boys, because I mean they learn about menstruation and everything a woman is going through when she's having menstruation. So it's not strange for them. So I'm saying, since they know about that, why shouldn't they know about premenopause and menopause itself? So I think it's a time to sit down again and talk to them about this is what is going through my body as a woman, so that they are, at least they know what to expect and the patience they need when it comes for them to have a wife. So yeah.
Okay. Now going back to your symptoms, the mood swings, the breast tenderness, the frequent urination, trouble sleeping, different things that you experience, the hot flashes. Did you take any herbs or supplements or anything? What did you do to try to help you cope or, eliminate some of those symptoms?
Yeah. What I'm taking right now is fish oil. When we were younger, before we go to school in the morning time, my mother would call us, and we all knew what was going to happen, because she would stand with a tablespoon and a bottle of cod liver oil, and it's like, open your mouth. And I hated that. I hated everything about it. And I decided, when I'm grown and I have my own place, ain't nobody gonna put that in my mouth ever again. And I lived by that rule until a few months ago. It's like, I think my mother had something going on there that was really good. So I went to the pharmacy or the health pharmacy, and asked for fish oil. So I'm taking fish oil once a day.
Are you taking it in the liquid form like in your childhood, or are you
No,
taking the capsules?
no, never happened. That's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. No, I'm taking it in capsule.
Okay.
I think that's the only way for me to cope. So I'm taking in capsule every day. I'm drinking more water than usual. I'm trying to go out and walk more than usual. Trying to just get to know my body rhythm, because I think everything for me is changing, and therefore my time, my way of working, my time, everything needs to change with it for me to be able to feel that, yeah, now I'm on the right pace, on the right steps. So these other things I'm taking. I'm not really fond of medication or medicine. If I don't need to, I won't. So I'm trying that. Eating a little bit more fruits. That's one of the things. So yeah.
Okay. So what about the trouble sleeping? What did you do to help that? So how did you cope with that?
Well, I bought a fan. That's one of the things. I bought a fan, so the fan is in my room all night long going, so it's not hot. Because I mean, even though I'm sleeping and the window is open, it's still hot for me. It's still hot for me. Everybody else find it's cold when they come into my room, but for me it's like it's leave it alone. I want the fan on. So that's one thing. Sleeping naked is another one. I well, this is YouTube, but anyway,
It's an adult
I
program
thank
for
you.
adult women.
Thank you. So I usually do, but I find myself doing it more often that I don't want any clothes on because it's too hot. Everything feels sticking up on me, and I don't like it. So doing all that, taking a shower just before bedtime helps to just cool me down. And at times I cannot sleep. It doesn't matter if I do all the stuff. So then I'll have to get up and do some work that maybe I have to do tomorrow. I'll do it in the night instead. And try and at times I'll try and get a 30-minute nap in the daytime, give me energy, and somehow it makes me also sleep in the nighttime. So it all depends on what type of night it is. Certain nights go good and certain nights it's just not going good.
Okay, so you found that a short nap in the day might help you sleep better,
Yeah.
and also the showers. Now, what kind of showers do you take? Because it's hot, so some people
Yeah.
take cold showers, cool showers, warm showers. What kind of showers did you take? Hot showers?
I would try and
Are you
take hot.
taking? Mhm.
I'm at times I would take hot showers, and because for me it doesn't matter because I'm still sweating though I'm taking the hot shower. At times I'll take the cold shower and I'm still sweating, so it doesn't really matter which one I take.
Okay.
But I would prefer to take the hot one, so when I step out of the shower, then my body is automatically find a way to cool itself down. But even there, at times, I will find that I'll bring the fan into the bathroom with me. So when I step out of the shower and
Okay.
I'm trying to dry myself, the fan is on to keep me cool.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to find a way to get my body satisfied in not overheating, because I feel like I'm overheating all the time.
Okay. All right. So, what helped you the most so far in your perimenopause journey? What has helped you the most, do you think?
Talking about it, making fun about it, getting to hear other women's story helps a lot. And I think most times I've never heard about pre-menopause. I've only heard about menopause. But knowing that, yeah, there is pre-menopause, it makes me a little bit more at ease. It's not easier, but at least I know what is taking place in my body. I'm not going crazy. Um, and I think just talking about it and learning what is happening or what could be happening in your body makes it a whole lot easier.
Okay. Okay. It's good. When you're going through different stages of life or phases of life or situations, it's good to have, someone you can talk to about it or people,
Yeah.
because it really does help. So, and perimenopause is no different. I like what you say, that talking about it helps. So you think when you hear other women's stories and you talk about what you're going through, you feel like you're not crazy because you'd hear, well,
Yeah.
they went through this as well and so on. So
Mm.
that's a good bit of thing to say. Now, I know you're still in the journey. The past two women we interviewed had gone through it, so they could give us advice from the rear, looking back.
Yeah.
But you're in it, but that does not mean you cannot, tell us a little something. Tell me something. I'm still in it with you, and other women who are still in the. What would you tell us still in this journey all together? What would you say?
Enjoy it. That's what I would say. And I mean, for me, I realize it's an adventure. I think a lot of times when the women around me, when I was growing up, when they would talk about menopause, it wasn't anything positive. It felt a little bit more shameful, like as if this is the end of you being a woman. And it was horrible to listen because I was about aches and cramps and hot flashes. I'm saying, is there anything good about it? Nobody's giving anything positive. But now when you hear about the pre-menopause, it's like, okay, I have the hot flashes, I have the aches, I have the cramps, I have all that, but it's not over. This is an adventure. It's actually just beginning, and I feel woman. I mean, yeah, I've given birth, and yes, I have a female organ, and I have breasts and all that, but I feel so much more woman than I felt before. And it's fun because my body is changing in a different way. I love I can actually say I love my breast. I love me because stuff are happening again, and I'm paying attention to it. And I think we that are in it should learn to enjoy it and see the beauty of it, that yeah, our body is changing. It's not changing to the worse, actually changing to the better. And it's a new chapter. It's an adventure that is scary, it's frustrating, but it's also good when you have especially other people going through it together with you. You can talk about it, laugh about it. So for us that going through it, I'll say enjoy it, because this is one of the great adventures that is taking place. Feel woman, because that's what we are becoming more than ever.
And it's interesting that you should say that, because that is actually the mission of this Thrive, the blog and the YouTube channel, Thrive TV, is to help women to thrive in perimenopause. Because, you know, like you said, you'll hear the stories and everybody seems to just be slogging through it and dragging through it. And I'm thinking, my life is not over. I'm only in my 40s. You're in your early 40s. I'm in my late 40s. I mean, my life is not over. I'm seeing so much potential, so many things I want to accomplish. So my life cannot be over. So there has to be a way to thrive. And so this is one of the aims, the goals, the objectives, the desires, the mission of Thrive, to help women to thrive in perimenopause, because it can be, though you experience the negativity like life has anyway, you can still thrive in this part of your life and not think that everything is over for you. So it's interesting that you should say that, because that's the mission of Thrive, to help women to thrive. So as we hear your story, other stories will be like, oh, I can do this. I'm going to get through this and not have to be like all sad and down and, you know, like my life is over, you know. So that's very good. So for the women now who are not yet there, we are there, but they're in their 20s, they're in their early 30s, although women do start in their early 30s as well. But for those who are not yet there, even in their early 40s and they're not there yet, what would you give them as a piece of advice now that you're in it and they're not yet in it?
I would say, congratulations, you're next. No, but I think I would tell them, don't get stuck on just reading books, because the book is one person's version of what they have been going through or what you should expect. Just reading one person book, if you don't have any symptoms from what they say, you'll feel that you're going full crazy. So I would say talk about it with women who are in it, who are going through it, and who are on the same page as you right now. And I would say pay attention to your body, because for me, it's as if this felt like a rose in the middle of winter. It was just there, and you're wondering, why is there a rose in the middle of winter in the snow? That shouldn't happen, but it was just there, and you didn't realize what was going on. But if you pay attention to your body, and if you take note to other women's story, then you will, you know, by you paying attention, you will realize it doesn't just come, it's happening slowly but going forward. And if you pay attention, then you wouldn't be so surprised. So pay attention to what is going on with your body and get information. Talk about it with others, and realize this is not something shameful. It's something that is going on in your body. You cannot stop it. It will happen. So I think the biggest one is pay attention to what is taking place in your body. Talk about it. and listen to other women who have gone through it and is going through it.
I like that, because when you hear these stories of women who have been there or are there, you won't be shocked. You won't be surprised if something begins to happen to you.
Yeah.
You better be able to, you have advanced information. So I like that, to pay attention to your body and to listen to other women as well, what they've gone through. So you will be like, okay, so this is what is happening to me. Okay, you're ahead of us who are now trying to figure this whole thing out with this Peritribe blog and Peritribe TV. You are ahead of us. You have information where you can begin to try from the get-go, and you'll say, okay, let me try this because she tried that, and and everybody's body is different, but you'll find one woman trying this, another one trying that, and this will work for you, and this will work for you. But you have the opportunity to have the information in front of you. So this is very good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So it was good having you on the program today, Indira. Thank you very much for being with us. We are thankful to hear your story, and may you have a wonderful day, a great day.
Thank you. Same to you, and good luck.
Thank you.